Now before I get onto the roof to mark out where my fan is going to go and where I need to cut, I need to know where I've got to cut. And to do that, I simply drill, and this is why I make this frame. I simply drill like this, 4 holes, 1 in each corner. So now all I need to do is get on the roof and I can mark out where I need to cut. It's really as simple as that. And that's why I do this method, because it's just so simple. Put the frame, glue it to the roof, build my ceiling, and then when I've come to fit my fan, I just need to drill 4 holes, 1 in each corner, and I'll show you what it looks like on the roof now. And I'll just mark it out with a marker pen, get my hacksaw, cut it out, cut the panel out. It's as simple as that. It really is quite simple. Now bearing in mind, there's my cable. I'm going to tuck that cable up under there like that, so that that's out of the way. So when I use my hacksaw, I don't inadvertently cut through that cable. And actually, just in case of any accidents, I'm going to thread a bit through so that I've got a bit of extra slack, just in case I do cut that cable. Right, let's get on the roof. On the roof of my van, as you can see now, I've got these 4 holes. So all I need to do, using my set square, is put the set square against those holes, using my Sharpie, draw a nice straight line like that. And actually the burrs from the holes that I've drilled up act as a nice guide to where my line should go. Well, it's a bit of a bonus, I suppose. Oh, by the way, I've already pre-cleaned this. I've already cleaned it. I've cleaned all the residue off of it, so the roof is nice and clean. So now you can see why I chose this spot, because these ribs here are going to be cut out, which means I'm going to have nice clear space all the way around the fan housing around the top, and there's going to be no water traps. Like if I put the fan here, for instance, you get a water trap where water can't get over these ribs. But because I've put it here, there's no actual water trap for the water to collect, which can cause a leak. I specifically chose this spot for that reason. Right, so now let's go and get my hacksaw. Let's get cutting. I might have to make these holes a little bit bigger, because I don't think my blade will fit through them. So when I'm using a jigsaw on the roof, I always remove the guard, the foot, because it just makes it that much easier for getting in between the ribs of the van. I just rely on this little wheel here to do the job. Now I'm on my final cut. I've cut down these, I've cut along here, and I've left this little corner attached, so when I do my final cut it doesn't flap, otherwise you get this flapping motion going on. Allow me to demonstrate. Oh, make sure I get it in the right place. One nice big hole in the roof. Hopefully my ceiling fan should now just drop straight in now. But before I do anything else, the first thing I need to do is clean up all these iron filings. If you don't remove all these iron filings off the roof, they do go rusty and they will stick to the paint like the proverbial to a blanket. I'm sorry Greg, but I've got to have this as a thumbnail. Now the next thing I do is attach it to the roof using these self-tapping, self-drilling screws. I don't keep these in though, these aren't permanent, these are just to make the holes in the roof. Now once I've attached and I've drilled all the holes all the way around, I then use those as pilot holes. But before I put the permanent screws in and before I put the mastic sealer down, I'm going to remove it and then treat it with red oxide primer just to stop anything going rusty. So there you go. So now I've marked it with a marker pen where my mastic strip has got to go. I've now got all my holes pre-drilled, and don't forget underneath this there's a big thick wooden frame, so those nice long stainless steel screws that I will eventually use will go through the roof and into the wooden frame as well, so it's like a sandwich effect, so it shouldn't have any problems at all. So now I'm going to clean all this again, get rid of all the swarf, clean all the edges up, and then put a nice big dob of red oxide primer in each hole and also all the way around the edge, just to safeguard any rusting in future. Right, let's get on with it. Right, so I've gone all the way around the edge with my red oxide primer, this stuff here, and all this is going to do is just ensure that it doesn't go rusty in the future. So now I'll need to leave that to dry. Should only take about half hour, so I'm going to go and get some fish and chips, let that dry, and yeah, I'll be back in about half hour, and then I'll finish it off, put my mastic strip all the way around the edge. Let's do that again. Now my red oxide primer is dry, I simply need to place this mastic strip all the way around here, and I've used a marker pen to mark the outside edge, so I reckon yeah, probably just one layer of that to do, but I'll put 2 layers on it anyway, because the other side of the fan you'll see it's got these grooves. Now these grooves are there, so when you lay this down on top of the mastic, these dig into the mastic, and that's what gives you your seal, that's what gives you your watertight seal. So yeah, let's get on with it. I've put 2 tracks all the way around the edge, 2 layers deep, so that should be plenty. Now all that remains to do is to put it in place. Oh, and I've cleaned this edge as well with thinners to take all the stuff off it. So we'll simply drop that in place like that. That's it, making sure our hinges face the front of the vehicle as well. I'm not talking to myself, honest. I just like to go around with a hand screwdriver just so I can feel how taut the screws are, and then when I've done that, I'll get a bit of this strip, I'll put it against the edge and I'll simply squeeze it all the way down just to finish it off, really, just to make it all nice and rounded. And as you see, it's nice, and I'll be a monkey's uncle if that leaks, I tell you. Just look how this stuff sticks. I mean, that's not even been cleaned, that bit of bodywork there. So now we've got to do is remove this plastic. Oh, that's annoying. I don't think that causes for so much finesse. So there you go, that's my roof fitted up here. That's all there is to do up here. The rest of it's all done inside the van. So let's clean all this mess off, go inside the van and finish this job off. Alright now, so we're inside the van now. My ceiling fan is stuck to the roof on the outside, so all that's left to do is to attach the controller on the inside. It's really simple, it's a really simple, very uncomplicated. I'll show you exactly what I mean. This is it, this is the control circuit board. It's like a little semi-printed circuit board. There are two connectors, a green one and a grey one. If I hold this up close enough, you should see it's clearly marked there. The power going into the unit goes here from the battery, and then this goes out to control the motor. I think that's the right way around. Yeah, so it clearly says on there power, and then on here it's got M for motor. So that's what these two wires hanging down are for. This wire goes to the motor, to the fan, and this is our power supply. So all I need to do now is connect the power supply, the motor to the van, just fix it to the window, and attach it to the ceiling using these small screw holes. Now, talking about screws, that's the only gripe I've got with these. I mean, bearing in mind they are only 200 quid, they don't come with screws. So you need to find your own screws, but they do come with these lovely little grommets that go over the top to cover the screws. So I guess that's one bonus. There's my screwdriver. Now normally, any normal person would probably use an assistant to do this, but I don't have an assistant, so I'm going to have to try and hold it and screw it at the same time. Oh, you'll also notice I didn't cut my wire with my jigsaw. I managed to avoid slicing through the wire as I cut a hole in the roof. I am doing this one-handed, whereas I do recommend, if you are going to do this, to get an assistant to help you. But being a Billy No Mates, I'll do everything on my own. Now if you like this video, please do consider subscribing to my channel. It is free, it doesn't cost you anything to subscribe to a YouTube channel. As a friend of mine once said to me, I said, do you subscribe to my channel? And she said, no. How much does it cost? It doesn't cost anything, it's completely free, but it does help me out. It helps my channel grow. So now we've got our wires connected, it's just a matter of threading this through here, take up the slack. Make sure that stays on the outside of that. Oh, by the way, this handle has to line up with this shaft here. And it does quite simple really. Like that. And that's it, as simple as that. Now I've already pre-drilled some holes, some pilot holes, so I've cheated a little bit, because I'm doing this on my own. Right, so that's all the screws now in place, so that's up there, that's nice and sturdy. All I've got to do now is connect some power to it and make sure it works. Right, now I've connected my power, so let's try, let's see if this works. Brilliant, it actually works. As you can hear, it's quite quiet as well, there's just a slight hum. Let's turn her up. Oh, wrong one. That one. There we go. If I hold my finger on it, it should go through like a cycle and go down cool again. So it slows right down. Oh, too far, coming back fast. There you go. But I can feel that draft coming through, so it is working. That even though the lid is shut, it's still venting. That's the one thing I like about these fans. You can use them with the lid shut. So yeah, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I recommend them. I can't recommend them enough. And they're low profile as well, so there's not like a big massive cowling sticking off the top of your roof. They are really low profile, which adds to our stealthiness. Now if you want to change direction of the fan, at the moment it's blowing in. If I want to change it so it's sucking out, I simply just press that button. The fan will come to a complete standstill and then go the other way. There you go. Really good. It doesn't put any strain on the motor by doing that. So there you go. If you like this video, please do give me the thumbs up. Don't forget, if you are new to my channel, please do consider subscribing, and by subscribing to my channel you'll help me feed a cat. I've got two and they're hungry. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.